Hi all. So redefining long-term memory ingestion for streaming autonomous agents. So myself, Pavan. So I'm a distinguished ambassador for Quadrant as an open source contributor, and I work as a distinguished AI architect at Equal. And along with my friend Shashank, he's the CEO of Antz AI. So uh, before I step into the agenda, um, I just wanted to tell, like most of you people who are in this auditorium here, so we are all talking about the agents and couple of sessions on the memory, evals, and all those things. But did you ever think of a problem inside the enterprise world when we start coding our agents, and if you start putting the memory into them, and then if you start scaling this agent, and then the memory starts scaling it, so what could be this latencies into the picture, and how do that impact the real-time use case that we built for our customers? So and moreover, on top of this, there is one more problem. How do you take control of this memory ingestion versus retrieval? If you give the autonomous authority to an agent, how do you take the control of that? So these are the problems that I was trying to solve, and then creating a unified streaming platform for memory ingestion as an open source product. That's where I collaborated with my friend. And then he was actually working with one of his problem statement, which he's going to discuss in about next 2-3 minutes. So we would be showing you how you can actually bring these two different concepts together in solving one of the beautiful problems that actually exist in the real world. So with that, so how the architecture of this platform is laid down is basically on the left hand side, you have all the agents that are actually running inside your enterprise. So let me one more time emphasize, in an enterprise, we never deal with a single atomic or an autonomous agent. It would be a group of agents collectively working together to solve a unique problem, right? So every agent need to have its own memory, or it should have a shared memory such that they can share the state across them, such that they can fulfill one particular task together. So that is where, like, we decoupled this particular structure. Like, you don't need to give the full power to an agent. In fact, you just plug it to one of the streaming platforms where it can start ingesting the data into the other direction, where the other direction can collect and do whatever it needs in async fashion. That's more important, because as soon as you pump the memory or like data, there is some n number of tasks that needs to be done. So that is what is a memory subscribers we call. Memory subscribers or a memory creator. Once the data is received at that particular end, you can do all different kinds of tasks on that in asynchronous mode, like starting from your history creation till your conversational metadata creation. I think we all know by this time how important is metadata. By putting your filters on top of that or anything else to get out of it with a more relevant data. So metadata actually helps in that particular direction. And then finally, of course, the entire platform is backed by Quadrant. So with that, let me actually show you a small demo. Okay, so I have it. Did it start? No, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. So I think that got started. Yep. If you see it, like I was there in Berlin, and then I was searching. I created a couple of search agents for asking it as like, please tell me hotels to stay, and I'm from India, so I was searching for Indian restaurants. So I just asked it, and then I made couple of parallel agents, and then streamed it. And now you can see that, like, you can see it like, and the beauty is it is streaming platform agnostic. That means I can stream it into any of your streaming platforms, starting for your ActiveMQs, RabbitMQs, Kafka, of whatnot. It is all configuration driven. You just feed in the configuration, agent picks it up, and it knows how to connect and then start streaming into it. And the other part of it is basically your subscribers, which starts listening to these particular events or the data that is streaming in, and finally gets uh, the data gets curated and ingested into the quadrant for more structural data pattern, where it can be used for the further use cases. Of course, you're seeing only one particular question because I just gave that. I was observing like how many different answers the LLM would give me. So you are only seeing one part of the question. So what exactly is happening here is, whenever you can see this two different code running here. One is on the subscribers and the other one is on the publishers. So currently, whatever the console that you're seeing is basically on top of the subscribers. So the publishers are basically running in the background, where it is actually querying the LLM on a set of questions. And then when it receives on and when the answers or the responses, it seamlessly puts into the queues. And the publishers would listen to that. And if you see this, like it's been continuously listening at RabbitMQ and Kafka. Of course, I do have my active MQs, but that's on local. So I just don't want to bring that up. Since these are more or cloud oriented, I just wanted to give you a feel that it can go into a cloud and still we can curate that data. So you see this? This is all the configuration that's been happening in the background. And once you have this, you get that you are actually receiving the data. You can actually uncomment this, which is the ingestion of the memory, which could create a potential data. We are doing a lot of things in the background using the Google Slang extract, which can categorize your data, which can tag your data, and then create a rich metadata out of that, which is very, very important while you are storing a vector into the vector search engines. Metadata plays a bigger role. Once you give this structural metadata to a vector, it gives you a lot of power to filter and to search the exact and accurate data while retrieving. So I've just that, and is that running still? Yep. Yeah, now if you see this, it started creating the memory. So now all the data, including the responses from the hotel and then the restaurants, everything would be seen here. See this? So this is the beauty. And what exactly is we are going to do with this platform is, I just hand over it to my friend, and then you will see the real power of this platform using this particular platform product.
Hello, Sashank here. Yeah, thanks, Pawan. This is too technical. So let me make it simple for you. Can move to the next slide. Yeah, good. So I guess we have met a lot of people today. A lot of sessions have gone through, right? How many remember the names? Okay, leave it off. So what is the last LinkedIn post you liked it? And what is it about? Okay, then maybe let me just make it simple. What is the last blog you have read it and you liked it? So what is the last maybe YouTube channel or video that you have liked it?
Maybe not the entire blog, at this section of the blog you remember that.
Okay, so are we liking for them? That is for LinkedIn, for Instagram or whatever it is, or for liking for us to remember it? Right, so the context of this discussion is the same thing. That is, are we going to save the really important information with us in a private way? Or are we just trying to like it and drop it off? Because we met a lot of people today. We have seen a lot of GitHub repos here, but we saved it somewhere. We don't know where did we save it, right? So the idea was to, can we really save what is really important for us? Okay. So again, just to start with, we have a lot of YouTube links, PDF documents, like insurance documents. We have been traveling together, so there's a lot of travel tickets, travel documents. So it is very difficult for us to share it or open it up whenever we want it, right? And the same way, if you just go with any links to share with in WhatsApp, you have Teams, you have Slacks. So it's very difficult for us to have one central system which is trying to give you all the information from all these systems, right? So the idea was to have a perspective on how we are seeing this journey, right? So we are everyone is grabbing our own attention here, right? Like so, Instagram wants our attention, LinkedIn wants our attention, everyone wants our attentions. So that is a core problem there, and we are losing that. Second one is we are already overloaded with memory, right? The moment you like something, something else comes in, and you lose that, right? Or you just talk to someone else comes in, you lose this person. We are losing the memory, attention, and we are distracted a lot, right? And the first important thing is how do I channelize my noise to signal ratio, right? This is what is fundamentally we are trying to work on with. So we are introducing something called as Buddhi. It is basically the concept of having a second brain of where it stores all the important information. Let's say a simple example to just to kind of talk about is whoever I have seen today, I have taken pictures of them, right? I've seen the hoardings and everything. I just took the kind of pictures. Now, when I go and ask my Buddhi, say, okay, I met an ML engineer in this conference. Can you kind of tell me the name of it? Right? So it's more easy for you. Our brains are not ready for that, right? So what it does exactly 5 things. There are a lot more, but yeah, just to start with 5 things. So first one is it collects the essential important information from all your devices. It can be from your phones, or from your blog websites, or from your laptops, right? So it can take it from any device. Second one is it is completely private and secure. It sits on top of your quadrant systems, and also we're trying to work with quadrant edge now. So third one is, okay, now that just simple example is uh, we all have gathered with multiple like messages, or let's say multiple chats here, or even we even have shared multiple documents, right? So if you want to share exactly this information with someone else, if they also have Buddhi app, you just say, okay, I met these many people in the Buddhi conference, just share it with my colleague. You can share all the documents, all the content, whatever you want to share with the other person. So it's basically private, and only this memory is going to save save it into their other systems. And the fourth one is we're talking about is this kind of agents. So you had when it's just a simple example, right? You have your YouTube video, what you liked it. You want to extract the transcript from that, send it out to your friend, right? Or store it in your memory. Or it can be you finding out like what Pawan has mentioned you. You want to book a ticket, or you want to find the insurance document, or it is maybe let's say your license document, whatever it is, right? Just ask for that. It should be able to understand the intent, right, kind of hit the right agent, get the answers. And the last one is selective retrieval. What I'll just show you a small demo now. The idea was a blog post is there. You wanted to exactly extract some information from that, not exact everything, and share it with your friend. So, or a nice quote, just retrieve it, send it to your friend. So that's all possible when you go with selective example. Let me just try to go with the demo. Simple example is to start with. We both are working from India, and we traveled to Berlin here. We had to travel a lot because we went to Switzerland because we didn't get the entry here. We had to go to Switzerland, from there to Berlin. So the challenge was I have a lot of travel documents. I have a lot of tickets to kind of go with, local sightseeing places to visit with, right? A lot of hotels to verify with. So this is a lot of information with a short time. So what we started doing out is we started connecting with Buddhi there. The idea was simple. So there are a lot of documents, insurance, policy, and everything, right? And then it goes with one central location, private way. Once I have everything with me, I'll share it with his app, saying that this is all kind of cluster of memory is stored into his memory now. So he can start using this for showing it to anyone else. Example, when you go into a tram or something, they ask for scan code, we have it shared. You don't need to again download a copy or go to WhatsApp, verify where is it. It's not required for us now. So it will basically share your memories, and that it's more easier for us to navigate. So just a simple example of it. Can you play this? Yeah. So, okay, I'll just show you a simple example here. So this is again his blog post around maybe a day back. We copied this everything and right click on it and say insert to Buddhi. That's it. It is done. It's saved into memory. So now let me just go to with Andre. So we open this and we can copy the whole content here and then right click and say save it to Buddhi. So what happens now? It just goes back into your backend memory system. It saves all this information with the tags and with everything automatically. I just want to give a few examples so that you can retrieve it faster. So it can be some other blog related to, let's say, multi-tenancy. Right? So now if you observe this, what am I doing out here? I'm trying to go with multiple scenarios, multiple documents, right? Example, this is for on the OCR. We extracted the problem statement and abstract only, right? Now I can copy this and save it into Buddhi. Or it can be a mobile app. You just saw a blog, share that blog, and say save it to Buddhi app. It should be able to save it in that. Let me just show you the demos here. So we just asked who is Andre. We didn't even mention about I'm saving Andre's information here, but we just asked it who's Andre here. So it starts going to your vector DB and also kind of trying to go with a lot more layers of tags and everything. It extracts the whole information about it. So yeah. So if you see here, it started giving me the answers. So this is all asynchronous. You can do it with multiple devices, like what Pawan mentioned it. He's open sourcing it. We are trying to open source that whole system, and we're trying to build a product called Buddhi on top of it. So you can even ask anything else. Like the other example was, we'll give you what did Andre talk about in LinkedIn, right? So it is more intuitive for us to talk about it, right? Like what did we discuss in this group here today? So it will just summarize everything. So yeah, I just want to give you the example here. Happening in LinkedIn. So whatever is happening in LinkedIn till now, it just extracts everything back. Okay, so again, on the specific date, you can give it, or I can tell, okay, what is that the post that has been posted by Andre, or you might just say, okay, I heard something on A2A to ACP conversation. Can you retrieve it back? It starts giving it back to you. So whatever, it can be any discussion about it, right? So, and this is all private in nature. It is not going outside of the system. So yeah, see here, it just started giving out 2 scenarios. One is Kameshwara, when Pawan Kumar has shared something information about it on the IBM Granite. And also we had Andre given out 2 scenarios here, right? So it just presents out accordingly. The same way, I just ask what is happening in the medium. So it starts going back and getting the information from the medium now. Yeah. So this can be used in your all the documents. It can be any document related to your personal information. This can be stored out inside this. So it is not impacting your external world where you are trying to kind of use this data for wrong needs, right? So yeah, this is the thought, and maybe we want to open source this.
So now I think like you all understood like how the streaming ingestion of memory is actually coming into picture, because now if you just assume all your browsers has got this Buddhi plugin or an extension embedded into it, and if you start using it behind the scene, our platform is actually working on asynchronous streaming ingestion way. So that's the whole point, like why I started that, and eventually it landed in his product. So with that, I just wanted to say, I make this repository done. It's all open source now. So so yeah, the complete streaming platform is open source. Of course, I didn't give the link for this, but definitely you can actually check that link in my LinkedIn. So you can actually take that, contribute back, and then use it for your own purposes. One more announcement.
Yeah, so this is going to be officially launched in the month of December, first week. So all those people who are over here will have a free access to it for next 2 years. So if you can scan it up and go for it. Thank you.